Guys, deluded Guna, if you watch La Liga, you know playing or watching Valencia is very eventful. They always sacking managers with merry-go-round. They finished 12th a couple of times. That's not what they want. They see in their glory days they had their best players, Villa, Mata, all of these players leave. But one player that's been going under the radar in this culture where young players are called the next this and that and linked with every big club and the footballing community pretending to be experts about them. One player that's gone under the radar is a 20-year-old Carlos Soler, I think that's his name. Turns 21 in January. He's been doing his thing because of the merry-go-round and the environment at Valencia. He's already had about 3 or 4 managers at that club. But one thing that's always remained consistent, despite all of that inconsistency, is him being in the start, not necessarily starting lineup, but in and around the first team spot. He's a central midfielder. It seems this year or in general, because of his age, he's getting more joy playing on the flanks and things like that just to get into the side. Where he can allow him to cut inside and be a centre mid anyways, and the fullback has all that space. He's a decent player. He's a good passer. He chips in with assists. I think apparently he used to be a striker. That's probably why I like his movement. He's a typical Spanish player in that he's in the vision, in the technical intelligence. Very much the same things I tell you guys all the time. You only bring these footballers that bring these sort of characteristics. He can play on the left and the right of midfield, but he is a central midfielder. He loves taking on responsibility. You can always see him. His goals and assists ain't that much, but he's always the one trying to bring something to the table for Valencia and the Valencia fans. Someone that's always trying to stand up to be counted. Despite his young years, his work ethic is what I should say. His work ethic is his best quality in my opinion. He's got all the technical qualities in the world, but you can only get halfway if you haven't got the hard work. And he really does bust a gut for Valencia, and that's the main thing, as well as his passing. That's really got to me. Allegedly, we've been linked. I haven't seen them links, but before I brought out this video, I was speaking with someone that actually watches this guy week in, week out, more or less, and that's what he said. I haven't seen it, but yeah, man, the guy's decent, man. He's just a typical Spanish player. Last year he got his thingy. If I bring up the stats, 16, 17, 35 appearances, 4 goals, 1 assist. Yeah, man, if you saw the games against Valencia, Celta Vigo, Las Palmas, he impressed you. I believe it was, don't quote me on this, guys. Something's telling me but I don't think it was them. He impressed me versus them. He didn't score or grab any headlines. This year, he actually impressed me in the draw against Madrid. But yeah, one of them teams there, he played well against Alvarez. That's it, Alvarez. I can't remember the scoreline, but he played decent. Don't ask me why I was watching that, man. I'm a footballing geek, I know. This year, 7 appearances, 1 goal, 4 assists. Already better the assist front on the assist front from last year, and all he needs to do is get 3 more goals, and he's already matched his output. And as a young player, especially as a central midfielder, and you guys know how I feel that central midfielders don't score enough goals, anyways. On top of being an excellent player, on top of being just an excellent team player, an excellent role model, if you can add goals and assists, that's great for any manager and for yourself. He was recognised with his get breaking in last year. He was in the under-21s for the under-21 championship in the summer, the Spanish side. For those of you who haven't realised by now, the man is Spanish. He's decent, man. Like I said, Granada, Osasuna, he's also put in good performances. This year, he's doing his thing. I think he played on the right. He's played on the right when he was playing right wing when he bagged 2 against Malaga. Like I already told you earlier, he played decent against Real Madrid. He is a decent player. When we consider Arsenal do need a central midfielder, maybe someone that's in their peak, but he's the sort of player we should be looking at, or at least I'm not calling for this player to be signed for Arsenal, but these are the sort of players we need to watch over the next 12, 18 months and see what happens, to be honest with you guys. He's doing decent things and he's only going to get better, and if he goes the way people think he can be, he's definitely not going to be at Valencia that long. Anyways, guys, Deluded Guna, I'm signing out. Get in the comments, subscribe. You know the drill already by now. You watch the best. Thank you very much.